every time that I see Caitlyn Jenner on TV, I think of her as a Judas. I don't know why. I just don't think she's a real conservative and a real Republican. I think she's found this grift. And she's like, well, I'm going to go be a Republican, and they're going to elect me the governor. What do you think of right. Caitlyn Jenner?
Well, first of all, obviously, Caitlyn Jenner has had some issues. Is that to
yes.
put mildly, I think. And, this is a world-famous person. Think about it, the best athlete in the world, one of
yes.
the best athletes in history, is now a female. And in theory, back in the day, if Bruce Jenner wanted to change sexes back then, you think about him or her, now her competing in a women's track. That just doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah.
But you asked a broader question about her politically. I think she has somewhat conservative viewpoint. I think like a moth to a flame. I think she's fairly, what do I want to say? Narcissistic is not the word, but attracted to fame.
Yes.
And I shouldn't say narcissistic. Maybe I'm narcissistic. I don't know. I look in the mirror and comb my hair. Maybe that makes me narcissistic. But and I like to think I'm looking good when I get out there and go somewhere. But so we're all narcissists, I suppose. But she seems like one, and I think it's like a moth to a flame. She's attracted to this race.
Yeah.
I think polling, she's getting decent numbers for the Republicans, but she's not going to win. Even if I don't think Newsom's going to be recalled, it won't be successful by the time. I think the race is now going to be mid-September. By then, everybody's going to forget about their grudges about COVID. There aren't, and who would replace? A Republican wouldn't necessarily replace Newsom.
Yeah.
It probably would be. You don't have anybody like Schwarzenegger that kind of consolidates the field for the conservative side. So it's going to be another Democrat. And I say, and a lot of Republicans out here aren't in favor of the recall because we don't know what we're going to get. We think Newsom, if Newsom doesn't win it, it's going to be another Democrat. Who's that going to be?
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing, I just think that it's one of those things, like you said, she wants to have some sort of fame with all this. I always thought that's why she did the reality show. I always thought that's why she did the surgery. It just seems that it's more of it's a me, look at me kind of thing. And it's like, hey, I can run for California governor. Perfect.
Yeah. Why not? Everyone else has run for California governor. I think I'm one of the only guys that hasn't run for California governor.
That's just...
So, yeah. So I don't think... the people are taking her seriously, very respectful.
Yeah.
And she's not unintelligent. I think
no.
She has some things to say. And, Hannity had her on the other day and so forth. And I know the different Republican political clubs she's visiting and, talking to them and so forth. So, but she'll do passably well. She won't be the top of the Republicans, and certainly the Republicans, I don't think are going to win the governorship. They've got a couple strong candidates. This guy Faulkner from San Diego and John Cox.
Yeah.
There's also a guy named Doug Ossie. All those are very formidable candidates, but I just don't think any of them are going to win. Yeah, and she's going to be below it, but she'll get, she'll go on a speaking tour and she'll be on a lot of shows.
Oh,
she'll be
yeah.
on talk shows. And, maybe I can work a deal, Jiggy, and get you to interview her. What do you think?
I would love to interview Caitlyn Jenner. Especially after I seen that. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it was a documentary at one point called Bigger, Faster, Stronger, where they talk about the fact that Carl Lewis and all these Olympians, they've all gotten flagged for all sorts of substances, but people have looked the other way because, well, it was Carl Lewis. And I would love to know if back in the day, did Bruce Jenner get flagged for some things and people just went, he's the greatest athlete of all time. We'll just not look the other way. But
yeah, you don't know.
You don't know, John. That's the thing. So,
well, like she, yeah.
Go ahead, my friend. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, just real quickly. No, she said she went out to San Jose because the fastest people and the best athletes in the world were in San Jose. And they were passing around secrets like that. Now, whether she indulged or not, you don't know.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You just don't know. We have got John O'Connor with us today. Before we let you go, my friend, you've got this podcast now. You've got the book out there. Are you thinking about writing another book or anything like this?
Yeah, I might do a book that either I'm thinking of a couple, either doing a book that just sort of captures in more fulsome detail my podcast, which is just the intriguing things in Watergate that none of us knew about, which is sort of like an airplane read. The podcast is really fun. The last book I did, Postgate, is very dense and it's for real students and it works. I mean, you have to really love nonfiction. I think I would do something lighter. The other thing I'm thinking about, Jiggy, is there are so many examples of public issues in which the media has got it wrong, and then they tend to cast it in concrete for history books, like Watergate is.
Yes.
And it's that thing. So, like, I was just at an event this last weekend where we had a guy talking about Colin Powell and what he got wrong and right. He has written a book about this, and he got wrong, and how he got the Iraq War wrong. Saddam and Osama were not cooperating with weapons of mass destruction. We all know that. That's just taken for granted, and Colin Powell got it right. Well, I actually studied this quite a bit back in the day, read the 9/11 report cover to cover, and did a fairly extensive article on it, and I talked about all the evidence. It's not conclusive, but it's damn strong about but my point is, today it's locked in concrete that there was no relationship between Saddam and Osama, and this a terrible mistake. We've got bad history out there. That's bad history.
Yes.
The history should be, we don't really know, but there's some pretty good evidence. So the question is much different if you say, okay, we don't know for sure. It looks like Saddam's involved with Osama bin Laden, and he is helping him make dangerous bio and chemical weapons. Now what do? It makes the choice a little bit different. You're not certain about the outcome, it's and so forth, but there's a good chance it is, and do you hit him now or wait until he's stronger later on? We should have got Hitler originally when he first went into the Rhine. We could have wiped him out in a day. So all I'm saying is, when you write history wrong, and then everybody gets together and they have this nice view of history. Oh, Saddam was a great guy. Pretty soon he's going to be elected posthumously to the Chamber of Commerce or something. Oh, Saddam was a great guy. We shouldn't have done anything. Well, I wish it were that easy. I wish, foreign policy were really easy. We just don't need to do anything. We never need to intervene.
We never need to intervene, yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, anyway, that's a long answer to you, Jiggy.
No, I love it. I love it. You were a great orator, my friend, and I always enjoy chatting with you, and hopefully we'll have some updates on some things, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you, sir.
Great. Good seeing you, bub.
Appreciate it, brother. I'll talk to you soon. There he goes. John O'Connor, the fabulous John O'Connor. You can get a hold of us online at jiggyjaguar.com. We are attempting some testing today, and we are going to see what happens with all our testing. And we're going to see if, in fact, we are going to do this. We're going to take a time out. Be back with more.
Hi, my name is Joe Cotton, publisher of Cotton's Technically Speaking, a weekly